What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video it's going to be an install of some H&R lowering springs for the Speed 3. I know it's been a while, it's been complicated. I'll explain more later in the video, but for now I've already got the car jacked up, and let me go ahead and I'll show you guys the springs. I'm sure you guys have seen lowering springs before, but I'll show them anyways just in case you guys haven't. So these are these springs right here. They say H&R on them. Obviously, these are the rears, and the fronts are on the sides here because you can tell much longer. These are a lot shorter and they're fatter. So you can tell that's how the rears sit just by looking at it like that. So this is a pretty easy install. You have to drop this bolt right here and disconnect these sway bar links, possibly. I've seen some people do it. I've seen some people not do it. I think I'm gonna do it if worst comes to worst, but seems like a pretty simple install, so I'll keep you guys updated as I'm trucking along with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started. All right, as you can see, both of them are in. There's the one stock one and the other one behind that cabinet, but it's pretty straightforward. The hardest part for me was not having the right tools. I had to do it all by hand because my gun sucks. But anyways, what you do first that I did was take this nut off. It's a 5mm Allen wrench that you have to put on here. Loosen this, then loosen this one, which is a 17. This nut's a 14. This one I didn't need the Allen key, but there's a hole for it in case you do need it. So I got that out, and then I came down here and got these nuts or these bolts out for the sway bar, and then that will allow this to come out. Then I just put some WD-40 on this nut, and this is a 17 as well. Got that off, and then just use a hammer, as you can kind of see right here. Use a hammer, just hammer that on, and then there's a top head up here that you want to reuse, and you're supposed to get these like the springs to stay in the same place, but it was like that on the other one. It wasn't like that on the OEM one, so I didn't really worry too much about it. But in any case, yeah, you do kind of want to as best as possible. So this one I didn't get quite good. This one over there is pretty good though. But other than that, you just wedge them in, pop it back up, and you can get a crowbar in here to get this back on, by the way, for the nut, since it is pretty finicky on how it lines up. But once you get this on, you can just use a crowbar and pry it any which way, up, down, left, or right, and then it just makes it super easy, and then you just ratchet everything back together. And I torqued these down to 80 foot-pounds because I wasn't sure on the exact torque specs. These ones I just got as tight as possible because it's, like I said, I don't have the torque specs. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the OEM is like now, because I did forget to show you guys earlier. So this is about the gap that I had on the rears all around. It's about a 4-finger gap. I think it's about like 1 3/4 inches or something like that, and these springs are supposed to drop about 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna lose most of this, which is good. And I already do have Koni upgraded struts on the front and the rear, which is why I didn't go coilovers, and that's why I did the springs instead, because it is cheaper and I already have upgraded struts. So let's go ahead and throw the wheels back on and let's see how much it dropped in the rear. All right, so I just lowered the car, and you can tell it's a little bit of a difference. Maybe not so much, but here, got 4 fingers. And over here, you got 3 pushing it, 2 for sure. So I'm hoping it settles a little bit more, so maybe I have about this much gap. This goes away up here, but I don't know. I'm still happy with it. It's a lot lower, looks nicer, a lot cleaner, not like a monster truck like the fronts over there. Definitely a more aggressive stance, but as I drive, I know it's gonna settle. And so now let's go ahead and do the fronts. The fronts are a little bit more tricky, especially since I don't have, like I said, I don't have the proper tools, but it should be still fairly easy. So let's go ahead and get the car jacked up and let's get started. Just want to say one more thing, that I called these the rears earlier. I was told I had it backwards. These are the rears on the outsides, and these are the fronts. I don't know what I was thinking, but just wanted to make that clear. But as you can see, I did it a different way than most people. I went ahead and loosened the nut with my impact gun just a little bit first, because I didn't know how else I was going to get it off, because I didn't think that was powerful enough, and turns out it was. But whatever, lesson learned for the other side, I guess. Just do it the old-fashioned way. but I have the spring compressor over there, what I'm gonna need anyways. And after that, you're gonna want to go ahead and here. I already got that clip off for the brake line. Then I'm gonna get this clip off. I've already hit it with WD-40 for the sway bar link. Then I'm gonna come up here, get these top 3 loosened up, and then come down here, so you can kind of see right there, get that nut off, and probably gonna have to use a mallet here to hammer this down just so the whole thing comes out. And so I'll update you guys in a little bit when it comes out, assuming it comes out pretty easily. We'll see though. Alright, I got a little carried away. I finished both sides already, but it's really easy like I mentioned before. You just undo that nut. Damn, I can't really show you guys. You can kind of see a spring there. And other than that, and then what connects the strut to the knuckle, you get a hammer and just hammer that down, and eventually it'll pop out. And then you come up to the top and you get those 3 to hold the strut in. Those are all 14. The main one that holds holds it all together is a 17. That one there's a 14, and that's a clip. Just use a lot of WD-40 and a hammer, and it'll come right off. And the bolt that holds the whole strut together with the top has a 17 as well. So I just took an impact and I did it right the first. I didn't do it right the first time, so I did it right the second time. And I got the spring compressors, and I just used that. The spring compressors were 20. If you don't have a spring compressor, you can always go to your local O'Reilly's or AutoZone or something like that and rent it out, or you can go ahead and buy one. I don't think they're that expensive, but I could be wrong. I think I rented that one for like 50 bucks or something like that, but it's refundable, so I didn't care. It's no loss to me. But other than that, that's pretty much it for both sides. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it, and we'll see what it looks like when all 4 lowering springs are installed. I did also want to quickly add that I have driven the car for maybe 2-3 days now, and it has settled a lot more. I believe it's about a 2-finger gap all around now. I don't think it's gonna settle much more, but it definitely looks a lot better, and it's still super functional. I have not rubbed at all, not even full lock on dips or in bumps, hills, nothing. I don't rub at all, which is what I wanted. It is still a little high. I feel like I could have gone a little, I wish it would have gone a little lower, but for the money I paid, which is almost nothing for car parts, I guess, relatively speaking, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. So I will go ahead and leave them linked down below if you guys want to go ahead and pick up a set. They are not that expensive at all. Alright, what you guys just saw, the previous clips, was me installing those H&R lowering springs. And now I'm going to kind of go into probably what everybody's wondering on what's going on with the FD. Do I still have it? All this kind of stuff, because I haven't been posting any content lately. But I still have the car. The car's actually off at the shop, getting some work done to it. Nothing's wrong with it, just some upgrades. I'm not going to go into too much detail until I get the car back on what exactly I've done and I'm getting done. Hopefully it won't be gone too much longer. It's already been gone too long in my opinion, but I'm hoping once the car's back, it's going to be a good, fun, reliable car, and it's going to make good power, and I'm super excited for that. And I'm sure you guys kind of saw that I did get new wheels for the Speed. I went with the Avid 80/20s. I went with 18x8 with the plus 35. And I didn't want to roll the fenders or anything like that, since it is a daily driver. I wanted to keep it semi conservative. I did go pretty as aggressive as I could without having to modify the fenders at all. So it's not poking, but it's not sunk in, so it's pretty flush. So I'm pretty happy with the way that is. But other than that, I haven't really been able to do much to either of the cars. Parts are still taking forever to get here. They are getting here a little bit faster, but not too much faster. But that's going to go ahead and that's going to close out today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys do like what you see, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss any videos that I post. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.